Go ahead.
Right now, if the season ended today, the MVP race is literally between Josh Allen and Sam Darnold.
Yeah, yeah, I would
Right
agree.
now,
I would agree. You could definitely
I
make that
think this
argument.
is, I think this is the year Josh Allen is going to get it. If he can keep up how he's playing right now, I think this is the year he's going to get MVP.
What's going on now? Welcome to another episode of Two Peas in a Pod with Tim and Ryan. As always, I'm Tim. That's my pretty much my blood brother, my dog Frank Dank, aka I'm sorry, Ryan, aka Frank Dank. I had that all fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
You just call me Ryan if it's easier
Dude, you
or
you
not.
I call you whatever the fuck. I call you Frank or Ryan, whatever works in the moment. But as always,
What's
man,
up
if
with
y'all,
you?
I'm chilling, man. You know me, you know what I'm saying, unwinding. You know, always got to keep one of these handy.
Oh, bubbly.
Yes, sir. As always, man, if you're watching, please make sure if you tuned in with us, please make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. You know, we enjoy constructive criticism, but as I always say, unless you're on some bullshit, then we need to have a completely different conversation. How are you doing this week, well, Ryan? How you doing this week, my brother?
Man, I'm all right. Can't call it. Just trying to get through it. Beginning of the week. Trying to understand what has transpired in not only college football but NFL as well. It's been a very crazy week. Teams that I had losing won, and teams I had winning lost and
Same,
lost badly.
same.
But what the hell is going on in Jacksonville, man? Like what?
I I'm gonna
What's
tell
going on?
I'm gonna tell you what's going on. This is what happens when you fuck with the terrible towel. The Jaguars are now 3-9 after taking the terrible towel and stomping on it, doing all that crazy shit. You look, it's proven. Go look at it. You can go YouTube this shit. Teams that disrespect the terrible towel, they usually don't have great success afterwards. So y'all keep fucking with that terrible. It's called a terrible towel for a reason. So you keep on fucking with that terrible towel if you want to.
I'm not getting into your Pittsburgh shenanigans, whatever, man. Okay. All right, I guess.
Yeah, man, look, what I really want to know is, and I think you want to know, what the fuck is going on in Norman? What the fuck is really going
You're down O line. You have no cohesion there because everybody that was there last year transferred. So now we got all new dudes who just really playing for the first time in a new conference. Then now I think we're down five wide receivers. We were down four.
on? Right.
Now we're down five because I think Burks is hurt now.
Questionable. He's
Pretty,
listed as
pretty,
questionable.
pretty much. Oklahoma got their welcome to the SEC moment. And with all that being said, we're gonna get into the obvious situation. And with all that being said, only 25 points were scored on them. If we had an average offense, we probably win that game.
I would agree.
That's
I
the
would agree.
basically my biggest fear has come to fruition. All those years watching Lincoln Riley and that awesome offense, that terrible ass defense, it is now flipped to on paper a terrible ass offense and a great elite defense. This is a defense that can win you a championship.
I would
You know what
agree.
I'm saying?
I would agree.
This is one of those kind of defenses. I mean, they gave up some plays that's going to happen in football, but for the most of the part, Tennessee was kept in check. And then we're not talking about how much running they was doing in the second half. They was
Mhm.
not trying to keep that ball in the air because they knew eventually Bowman or the other Bowman or what Gentry's
Bowen.
hurt was Bowen. Somebody's gonna pick it off eventually. So we're going into Auburn this week. It's our first road game of the season. It's going to be a great test, and we'll see what my true freshman quarterback is going to do.
Going back to the Tennessee.
Jackson Arnold.
Go ahead,
I'm
my bad.
sorry to cut you up. Jackson Arnold, for those of you who don't know, 2023 or 22 Gatorade Player of the Year, was benched for a true freshman.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I guess we got to take Martell 2.0.
Going back to what Ryan was saying, we did lose. Oklahoma did lose to Tennessee this week, 25-15. Jackson Arnold was bitched at halftime. Freshman QB Michael Hawkins came in at second half, 11 of 18, 132 yards, 1 touchdown, and he had 22 rushing yards. Should have had a rushing touchdown, but they called that one back. And what the fuck do we do? What did Seth Luttrell do? Put fucking Jackson Arnold in, and we try to run a fucking running play right up the middle when they knew that's what the fuck we was gonna do. Well, you ain't been able to run the ball all fucking game. But that's either here nor there. But going back to what you said about the defense, I mean, agreeing with you, bro. If we'd have had a competent offense, not an offense, but if we had I don't know how you feel, but if Michael Hawkins was playing in the first half, I strongly believe we would have won that game. Because for as potent as Tennessee's offense has been, we held them to 25 points. They've won they've already put up the first 3 games a total of almost 200 points. The first 3 games, they've had a total of almost 2,000 fucking yards. They've had 2 games of 700 plus yards and 1 game of 400 plus yards.
And then going into that game, they was averaging like 600 some yards of total offense, and then we cut that in half, like 333.
Yep.
So I mean, but in conference play, all that crazy shit you do usually gets calmed down because you're usually playing better competition. So honestly, looking at Tennessee's schedule, there's really only 2 games that they could lose, and those both being Alabama and Georgia, who play this Saturday. So I'll be watching the fuck out of that.
To that one. If you're, I'm telling you right now, if you're a Tennessee fan and you watch that Oklahoma game, y'all can say what the fuck y'all want about us, but y'all got exposed this game. Y'all really got fucking exposed this game. Once y'all run into a competent offense, a competent quarterback, and a competent play call on offense, y'all are in trouble. So enjoy this win while you can.
I mean, they gotta have whoever they're playing against gotta have a good offensive line. They got some motherfuckers up front in that defense line.
I would agree. Now let's talk about the whole Michael Hawkins QB situation. Like, I'm gonna be quite honest, bro. I feel more confident with Michael Hawkins at QB than I did with Jackson Arnold, because when I don't know how you felt, but when he got in the second half, bro, he was probably one of the only motherfuckers on that offense that played like they wanted to win.
I mean, it was just refreshing to see a guy playing quarterback who understands protect the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that understands that's not going to try to hold the ball and hold it until the defense comes up to you and hits you or something like that. The only thing I'm worried about with him is his health. I mean, he's tough as nails.
Yeah.
He proved that.
Yeah.
And he proved he wanted it. He proved it matters. I mean, his dad played at Oklahoma, so that helps. But he just wanted it. Jackson Arnold honestly just looked scared, looked unsure of himself. This is like a ghost in headlights. He doesn't know how to look off safeties. If he turns his head that way, he's throwing that way. Like everything that you would expect a true freshman to do.
That's what Jackson Arnold
was doing. Jackson Arnold was doing, right? So now we go into Auburn, and honestly, right now, Auburn's quarterback situation is more stable than ours. Right. And they probably have the worst offense last year, or worst quarterback last year in the SEC that returned.
Yeah, Peyton Thorne. I'm coming from somebody who used to watch quite a bit of Michigan State. I'm very familiar with him.
So with that being said, you kind of are at a situation where it's like, and then we're at the situation where, okay, we're hurt up front. So what kind of play calls can we do? How do we score points knowing we can't block? That's another problem I feel like isn't being talked about enough. Oh, Jackson Arnold sucks. Did he play great for his first 4 games? No. But I mean, has he always had an offensive line those first 4 games? No.
No.
So what do we do? What do we do? I mean, I guess it's quick outs, quick slants, but that only works so long before you end up having to run the ball. You must have some type of running game if you're gonna win the football game. You ain't gotta be getting 200 yards of offense every game, but you got to run the ball. You got to make the defense respect your run. And right now, I don't think we're at that point right now.
Well, from what I've seen from Jackson Arnold, I mean, I do agree that the game plan should be, especially with this beat up and tattered offensive line, is a lot of quick out routes, quick slants. But when there's moments that we have protection and we can push the ball downfield, take the shots downfield because we've seen Jackson Arnold has shown the potential to do that, but he just won't do it. He'd rather take off and run. Granted, I don't really feel like Seth Luttrell has put him in the best situations and schemed up a good game plan for him. But at the same time, the opportunities that have been presented to him, he's either just not taking them or he's not capitalizing on them when they're given to him.
When you watch Oklahoma's offense, you're like, what's the offense?
Yeah.
It's really giving all those old Miami teams, Mark Richt, Manny Diaz, Miami teams, where you just scratching your head like, yeah, they scored, yeah, they moving the ball, but what's their identity? Are they a run and shoot team? Are they a power run team? Are they a finesse team? Like, what is your identity? And it just feels like you're just coming up with a whole bunch of schemes that Seth or Jeff Levy and Lincoln Riley used to run like 5 years ago. That's what it feels like when I watch Oklahoma's offense. There's no explosiveness. There's no cohesion. The offensive line doesn't, get after people. They don't oppose their will like I'm used to seeing the Bill Beatonbow offensive line. But at the same time, this is the product of NIL right here.
Yeah.
When the players you get hurt or don't hit, this is what you get on the field. So this game, this Saturday, may be more important than any other game we'll play this year. Because outside of Maine, it's a straight up dogfight.
It is.
No game,
It is.
no games guaranteed. So we gotta figure something out, man. And if you heard Brent's press conference today, you should watch it. That motherfucker is already ready to fire everybody on offense, except for DeMarco Murray and I forgot brother's name, but he's already ready to get rid of everybody.
Yeah, dude, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. Let's move on to something that's a little less depressing. Let's talk about something a little more exciting. But Colorado got a big win this week in Baylor, 38-31 overtime. Shedeur Sanders had a big 43-yard TD pass as time expired to tie the game to get it in overtime. Ryan, what did you make of Colorado and their performance in this game, as well as Shedeur Sanders?
Well, I'm sitting there pretty baked. And I'm just like, these niggas is finna lose to Baylor. Didn't Baylor go like 3-9 last year?
I believe something like that.
Baylor
they weren't very good.
Baylor was not good. They haven't been good since dude took over. After he won the Big 12 that year with what's Nebraska's head coach's name?
Matt Rule.
Yeah, Matt Rule with his players. We haven't heard a lick of anything from Baylor. So to me, that was a test, but it was awesome to see them get that touchdown pass. It was awesome for them to win in overtime. Shout out to Travis Hunter. He needs a call to New York. He needs call to New York. So, I mean, with that being said, Travis Hunter showed us that why he's one of the best players in the country. And it's great that they got a win. It's great that they 3-1. I didn't like the storm in the field, but hell, I mean, Colorado, if they win 8 games, their fan base will be ecstatic. So what I gotta say is you just beat Baylor.
Fair enough. Honestly, this game was a typical Big 12 type of game. So this was Colorado's official welcome to the Big 12, and they lived up to it. It was a back and forth offensive game. Once again, Shedeur Sanders was getting beat the fuck up. He was sacked 8 times. He was still running for his fucking life. But granted, I think Shedeur lived up to the moment. He did have a big throw right before that touchdown, and the dude dropped it. So for him to come back and heave it downfield like that, and it being caught for a touchdown, that was huge for Colorado. I think it was much needed. I think it was much needed for them, being that this is their first week in the going into Big 12 play. So shout out to Colorado, shout out to Deion, and I agree with you. Travis needs a call to New York. He needs to be one of the top 3 Heisman candidates because he is playing lights out. Ryan, big time players do what?
Big time things.
They make big time plays. And that fumble that fumble in overtime, because that running back, he was gonna score.
He already, yeah. Man, he jumped up in the air. I'm like, fuck, here we go, double overtime. And then Travis came in there at the shoulder, boom.
Yeah.
Now I thought maybe this shows how much or less I know. But I thought if there was a fumble committed in the end zone and that the other team touched the ball and it goes out, I thought the team who's on offense gets the ball back and it's a first down. Well, I thought it was considered a touchback, and it's a first down, and the team that had the ball originally gets the ball back with fresh set of downs.
I don't know, but I know I always know if you fumble, like if you let's say somebody running back is running into the it's kind of like when somebody runs into the you got a running back or something that's running into or somebody makes a big return or something and they run into the end zone and they drop the ball before they get to the end zone. It's kind of the same aspect.
Okay.
So it's gonna count as a touchback, but yeah, go ahead.
And going and looking at the rest of the game, Baylor I see maybe 2 to 3 wins. Now that's the Big 12, and it's always crazy shit happening in the Big 12.
yeah.
But I don't really see them. So this is, hey man, if you win next week, you already tied your win total from last year.
Right.
Oh, and they're playing UCF.
Colorado got UCF next week. That's gonna be a big game. That's a big game.
That's Miles Galzon. He got the KJ that was at Arkansas. He's big ass, Cam Newton type quarterback. Go Bucks.
We'll see. I mean, I will be watching, and I know you'll be watching as well. So.
Oh yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and transition into the NFL. Ryan, I think the theme of this podcast this week is going to be any given Sunday, because this past Sunday embodied that title, because this was one weird ass week. It was one weird ass week in the NFL.
Yep.
We had
how many more games you'll give Doug Peterson until he gets fired?
I give him mid-season. I give him about a bye week. I think if they lose a game going into the bye week, I don't think we see Doug Peterson no more. I really don't.
He just can't get him motivated. I don't know what's going on. I mean, they got a decent offense and stuff. He just can't get him motivated. Trevor Lawrence gets benched after he gets paid.
Well, I think that was just they getting their ass whooped. So it's like, bro, we're not gonna keep you in there we're obviously gonna lose this game. So what the fuck we gonna keep you in there to risk you getting hurt? I mean, it's all that. Then it's double jeopardy. I mean, first we lose this game, and now we lose you for possibly the rest of the season, or 4 or 5 weeks, and then they're 0-3, and in this day and age, you're not completely done at 0-3. You're not completely out. Your chances are just your chances are that much more unlikely, but you don't want to go double jeopardy in that situation. Mm-mm. Now, what game did you think was the most surprising to you? Like what team did you not expect? What team did you when you look at the game? What team did you think There's no way that this team is gonna beat whoever.
Fan, it was for me. It kind of pissed me off because it was the Rams and 49ers game, and I had turned the channel. I'm like, they about to kick the field goal. This shit's gonna be over. And then I was watching the end of the Dallas game, and I'm like, the Rams won. Nigga, I went straight to YouTube. I had to figure out how, and then they missed the field goal, and then they scored, and then they recovered, and then they drove down. I mean, Brock Purdy let us know that, hey, I'm an NFL quarterback for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's nice to have Kittle, Debo, and McCaffrey, but I can go out and play too. And then Jennings showed up, which I mean, I got a great amount of respect for him because of the Super Bowl. How he showed up in that Super Bowl, I'm like, yeah, he'll be in the 49ers uniform the following season. But shout out to Matt Stafford because he did that with nobody.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. No Cooper Kupp, no Puka Nacua, a busted ass offensive line. And the defense hadn't been playing well the first couple weeks of the season. So I definitely agree with you. I definitely penciled that game in for the 49ers. I did not expect the Rams to pull that one out. For me, it was the Broncos and the Buccaneers. Bro, y'all at home. Bo Nix ain't
like
playing well through
shit.
them first 2 weeks, and they come out and do that to y'all at home. Oh my! Like I was not expecting that. Like, bro, Bo Nix was out there dicing their ass up. I mean, granted, they tried. I mean, granted, what's the name? Bucky Irvin, the rookie running back for the Buccaneers. He's gonna be nice. He's gonna be nice. I mean, it was unfortunate that the Buccaneers lost, but he definitely adds something to the Buccaneers that they haven't had the last couple of years, and that's a run game. So he definitely he has a bright future in this league.
I mean, when you're not blocking for your quarterback, I mean, bad shit happens, and then when your quarterback's making bad reads, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
throwing picks and shit, and then I think Baker fucked his elbow up because he had the sling on.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just one game, but that was disappointing to see.
It was. But let's go ahead and jump off into some of our game breakdown, shall we, bro? Let's try to keep it right around. I said we usually do a minute, but let's try to keep it right around like 2 minutes apiece. If you cool with that.
With me,
All right. Well, first up, we got to talk about, of course, the face of the NFL right now. The Kansas City Chiefs beat the Atlanta Falcons 22-17. Patrick Mahomes, 26-39, 217 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Ryan, I want you to talk, go ahead and break this game down. Tell me what you saw from both sides of the ball on both teams.
Well, I mean, this is kind of like bend but don't break. Like the offense is gonna put up some points. The defense is gonna let the other team feel like, talking about Kansas City, gonna let them feel like they can play in this game, and then they'll find a way to win it. But let's be for real, that was pass interference in the end zone. But hey, if he doesn't go for it on fourth down and he kicks the ball, it'll make it 22-24. So then that last drive, they could have just ran down the clock, kicked the field goal, and won. This is why you always take the points. If it's not the fourth quarter, you don't need to be going for it. So, I mean, between that era and Mahomes playing like shit is the reason why, you know what I'm saying, that's my minute. So,
You're fine.
Mahomes ain't played good, and that coaching, because Falcons should be 2-1 right now.
You can give yourself a
Not
little more.
one.
You can give yourself a little more than a minute, bro. You can keep
Not
going.
1 and 2. No, I'm just saying though, like you gotta take the points. You gotta take the points because what do they lose by? The
What?
same amount of
5.
right. So he could have won by 5. No, he could have won by 6.
Fair enough. Fair
My
enough.
math is terrible. But hey, take the points and let's be for real. Mahomes has not played good at all this year. And ever since Travis decided to get that haircut, he came into the game 5 catches in 3 games.
Yeah. Yeah.
But hell, he getting double teamed like CD. And then that's just getting Rice and Worthy open.
I agree with you. This game ultimately came down to Atlanta Falcons just bad coaching. I mean, you missed 2 opportunities to get points. Had you kicked the field goal instead of going for it on the 4th down, which yes, that was a defensive pass interference. It was obvious, but had y'all kicked the field goal, you would not have been in a situation to where you were trying to go for it again at the end of the game. You know what I'm saying? You kick the field goal, you get in good field position, you kick another field goal to win the goddamn game. So, and why is Bijan Robinson not more involved on this offense, bro? 13, come on, bro. 16 carries, 31 yards, only 2 receptions for 21 yards. But y'all, he is the offense. You got to do a better job of getting him more involved. I get it. Kirk Cousins, I get it. Kirk Cousins, you paid this motherfucker $200 million guaranteed. But he is.
So we finna go slang that motherfucker
done.
to Drake.
He is not.
Drake and Kyle Pitts.
He is not getting it done. So, bro, y'all got to do it. Now, granted, the Chiefs do have a pretty good run defense. So I will give them that. But Bijan Robinson is the starter offense, so you got to get him more involved. On the other end, yes, Patrick Mahomes has not played well. They obviously they kind of proved, and I don't know if it was just because it was Atlanta or what, but they're gonna be okay. They're not gonna be, great, but they're gonna be okay without Isaiah Pacheco. Carson Steele, he was a gem. He was a gem. He did manage it. The Chiefs did get 128 total rushing yards. Carson still had 72 of them, so I think they'll be okay in that aspect without Isaiah Pacheco. But I do, piggybacking off what you said, I do find it kind of crazy that the Chiefs are 3-0 and Travis Kelce has not had a game where he's had over 50 yards or a receiving touchdown. So that just tells me once Travis and Patrick get on the same page, they're gonna be good. They're gonna be good. They do now. They do have the Chargers next. And Travis Kelce always fucking torches the Chargers. So I am expecting them to get back on track.
Didn't they just lose?
Who, the Chargers? Yeah, we beat them. Steelers beat them.
Yeah, like I don't know. I can't call that game. I don't know because I'm not too sure on either team.
Yeah, Herbert and Herbert's hurt, so I don't even know if he's gonna be starting next week.
Yeah, that ankle. Yeah, he wasn't running around like he usually do.
Right. So yeah, the Chiefs, they do have the Chargers next, and next up for the Falcons, they do have the Saints. So good luck with that. Next up, we got to talk about what is considered America's team and me and Ryan's favorite team to bag on. Let's talk about the Baltimore Ravens and the Dallas Cowboys. The Baltimore Ravens outlasted the Dallas Cowboys 28-25. Ryan, I want you to go ahead and jump off into this game and tell me what you saw from both teams.
You know what, Dallas fans, I'm proud of y'all because it was a poll taken this offseason, and you said you don't see this team doing shit, winning Super Bowl in the next 5 years. I'm proud of y'all. Y'all have wisened the fuck up. Hell, after that 49ers loss, it was pretty quiet. And after that Packers loss, it was pretty quiet. On playoff losses, it was pretty quiet. So I'm proud of y'all. Y'all starting to wake up. That you guys aren't going to be shit. This is the typical Jerry Jones triangle. Okay, you're bad. You finally rebuild the team. Then you overpay the players that are doing good on the team. Then those players get old, or you pay them and you don't have money to get shit else, and then so you guys start playing bad, and then you look up and draft somebody, and then you gotta be decent. But it doesn't look like you did that this year because you didn't do jack shit. But let's talk about the offensive game plan for the Ravens. Why are you guys having monumental leads and then you just find a way to piss them away every single time? Why do you not like running the ball with Derrick Henry? Why are you trying to make Lamar like an extremely I'm not saying he's not accurate, but that ain't his game. But make it easier for him. Find some easy completions that he can throw the ball to. You know, but there are some problems in Baltimore. There's a lot of problems in Baltimore, and you know we'll find out. And Dak Prescott talk about if you count us out, please stay there. Please stay there. Yeah, nigga, been there 15 years. You do the same shit every year. Like, okay. Like it's Dallas. What do you expect? I expect Dallas to do some shit you just don't expect Dallas to do. They're gonna lose the teams they shouldn't lose to, and they're gonna beat teams they shouldn't beat. This team is the definition of inconsistency.
I fuck with it. Well, Dallas fans, I'm proud of y'all. Dallas, I'm proud of y'all. You know, you fought. You gave a valiant effort after, you know, you did score 19 points in the fourth quarter and you made it interesting. You know, you did have Baltimore fans, you know, biting their nails, and you had them on the ropes there for a second. But, you know, because it was 28-6 through the first three quarters. Then y'all started, you know, putting your foot on the gas. I do want to say this. We do give Dak a lot of shit. We give Dak a lot of shit, you know, for just, you know, being a part of the Dallas Cowboys. But Dallas losing these, I'm just being honest, bro. I'm just being honest. We do give Dak is a good quarterback. He is a good quarterback. It's easy to give him shit because he plays for the Dallas Cowboys. But we always talk about, you know, Dak Prescott this and the Cowboys this. Bro, these last two games have not been because of Dak Prescott. Dak actually played extremely fucking well. Dak was 20 out of 51, 379 total yards and 2 touchdowns. Usually when you see a quarterback throw for 45, 40 plus times a game, there's an interception in there somewhere. And, you know, he managed not to turn the ball over. So props to him. The issue with Dallas is, and it has been the last couple games, it really has been these first three games. They cannot run the ball. And that's great. That is crazy to think about this being the Dallas Cowboys. That we've always known the Dallas Cowboys to have a good offensive line, to being one of the best running teams in NFL. Not this year. And I'm going to say it again. I've been saying it the last couple weeks. Y'all need to get Dalvin Cook involved. Zeke is not it. Zeke, he's old. I'm not gonna say old, but he's not the young Zeke no more. That Deuce Vaughn motherfucker, he's not doing it for the offense. And I like Rico Dowdle, but he's doing nothing for the offense. Just giving y'all carries. He's giving you empty calories is what the fuck he's doing. And on the other side for Baltimore, bro, y'all gotta learn how to play a fucking complete game. I don't know what the fuck happened. Maybe y'all miss Patrick Queen, but I'm sorry, you ain't getting him back because he's playing extremely well for us. But this Baltimore's defense, they gotta learn how to put a complete game together. And as for Dallas's defense, Micah, you definitely not playing like you want to get paid, my boy. Somebody put out a bulletin, please, because we have not we did not see Michael Parsons in this game.
I mean,
this is the third straight, bro. Do you not realize this is the third straight game Dallas does not have a 100-yard rusher?
Fam, that offensive line is old as shit. he instead of paying niggas insane amount of fucking money, why don't you, I don't know, go get you some offensive linemen in the offseason.
Yeah,
why don't you go try that?
I would agree.
It's always bullshit with Dallas, man. But hey, it is what it is. I don't expect this team to do shit ever. As long as Jerry Jones is the owner of this team. So you spent $360 million. There you go. On two people.
Yeah, they spent it on one side of the ball because, I mean, Dallas's defense gave up 456 yards of offense. Baltimore's defense gave up 412 yards of offense. So two of the teams have had a top 10 defense the last 2 years. It ain't looking good for either one of them right now.
Moving on.
Up next, we got the Eagles and the Saints. Eagles outlasted the Philadelphia Eagles outlasted the New Orleans Saints 15-12. Ryan, I know you're a big fan of Jalen, so you go ahead and take this one first. Let me know what you saw from the Eagles and what you saw from the Saints and break this game down for me.
I think since last year, at a certain point, I think Jalen is responsible for 20 turnovers.
Fair enough.
Coming into this season, I think Jalen has 6 turnovers already.
Probably something like that, yeah.
Damn, that ain't winning football. That's playing like Jason Campbell. You're Jalen Hurts. And we are really seeing how important AJ Brown is this offense. And then now we're really gonna see what they do. I think Devontae will be out this next week. I think he's in concussion protocol because he got fucked up on a play. And
dirty hit, by the way.
It was. But what we did find out was Saints are probably frauds. And the Eagles defense is legit.
I would agree.
It's legit. It's legit. So maybe until AJ and Devontae get healthy, just turn this team to a throwback team. You know, power running with Saquon, work on play action, dink and dump. You know, keep it close, keep the defense in it, win late. Kind of like Kansas City is doing right now.
Fair enough. I think Philly's defense came into this game. They had the perfect game plan. The Saints have put up 40 plus yards the last 2 games, and they managed to, 40 plus points. I said 40 plus yards. The Saints have put up 40 plus points the last couple games. I mean, they held the Saints to 219 total yards of offense. And the Saints on the other end gave up 460 yards of offense. I mean, I know that doesn't reflect the score, but that's what it is. But Jalen and Saquon, it seemed to me like this game, Jalen and Saquon came together towards the end of the game. Like, hey, bro, if we gonna win this game, it's gonna be on the backs of us. Saquon 17 carries, 147 yards, including a 65-yard touchdown. Jalen 29-38, 311 yards. And Dallas, how about Dallas got it, bro? 61-yard TD reception, and he had 10 for 170 yards. And that play at the end of the game set the Eagles up in field goal position. So shout out to Dallas Goedert for having a huge game. Really going to suck for the Eagles the next couple games. Like you said, they're going to be without Devontae Smith and they're going to be without AJ Brown. The Saints on the other end, yeah, you motherfuckers is on fraud alert because y'all was at home. Y'all put up 40 points in back-to-back games, and then y'all beat the shit out of Dallas at home. So I was expecting them to come into this game and sling it just like they did the last 2 fucking games. And the Eagles just simply shut that shit down. They did a really good job of containing Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara only managed 26 carries for 87 yards. And he was not very effective coming out of the backfield. So, shouts out to the Eagles, man. They got it done. And, Jalen, they talked about Jalen last game. But granted, I don't think it was Jalen's fault why they lost that last game. It was on the back of the defense. So, Jalen came out and just simply took this game. And CJ Gardner-Johnson, shut the fuck up. Stop talking, okay? Your ass been getting cooked the last 2 games. It's probably best if you keep your mouth shut. Like another cornerback that we're going to get to here in a minute, but I'm going to say that. But CJ Gardner-Johnson, please stop talking. As of right now, bro, you are the Dylan Brooks. You and another quarterback in this league are the Dylan Brooks of the NFL. Shut the fuck up.
You in the way you can't pass like Aaron Brooks. Oh, shit, damn. Oh, damn.
Yeah. All right, man, moving on. We got to talk about, I could wait to get to this game, but I'm going to take this one first. The Washington Commanders beat the Cincinnati Bengals 38-33 to move to 0-3. Jaden Daniels. How about you? I'm telling you, bro, it's looking more and more like that prediction I made for Jaden Daniels to win Rookie of the Year is coming true. But Jaden Daniels absolutely cooked the Bengals defense after Cam Taylor-Britt said that he runs a college-style offense. Jaden Daniels goes 21-23, 254 yards for 2 touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown. Cam Taylor-Britt, I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Stop talking. You and the Bengals in general, bro. You motherfuckers talk a whole lot for somebody who ain't won shit yet.
Oh yeah.
Bro, y'all get more credit. The Bengals get more credit for losing the Super Bowl than anybody gets credit for winning the fucking Super Bowl. I'm just saying. I'm tired. I'm tired of the whole people picking the Bengals as the Bengals are the team to watch. The Bengals are the team to beat. The motherfuckers had the Bengals going back to the Super Bowl. It's time to cut that shit out. But go ahead, Ryan. What was you saying?
My bad for my Joe Shiesty prediction at the beginning of the season.
You good, bro?
Yeah, no, I ain't never seen no team start the season 0-3 and make the playoffs. I ain't never seen that shit. So
fair enough. Go ahead.
It's not Joe Burrow though. It's not Joe Burrow.
I
mean, like this motherfucker doing a whole lot with a shitty ass offensive line. Like it's the same problem he had his rookie year is the same problem right now. This motherfucker is going come up there with that fucked up blazer, crazy ass hair, like Andrew Luck, and talk about I don't have this anymore. No, nigga, you tired of getting hit. Which I understand you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't even want to get amped to play after a while. Cause I'm gonna get the shit beat out of me again today. Let's go do it. Like that's ridiculous. And then the defense is piss fucking poor. They are running. At one point I think they was getting like 8-10 yards a run play at one point in that game last night. So they got some problems. They gotta fix them. They gotta fix them fast. I don't think firing the coach in this instance is going to help. But the offensive line has to be better. Obviously, they missed Joe Mixon. It's showing on the field. I told you should have kept Samaje, but whatever. He's an running back. Well, that motherfucker, you saw what he did to Kansas City. He's keeping drives alive. So, okay. So, I'm sorry for my Joe Shiesty prediction, but it's not his fault.
It's definitely not his fault. I mean, it's the Bengals defense, bro. I mean, they gave up. They couldn't stop the Commanders on 4th down, bro. Do you not realize the Washington Commanders were 3 for 3 on 4th down calls? Like, what the fuck is really going? What the fuck is really going on? Granted, the Washington Commanders defense didn't play well either. I mean, the Commanders gave up 436 yards of total offense, but the Commanders also controlled the time of possession. They had the ball for 33 minutes of the fucking game. And don't get me wrong, the Bengals offense made the best of the moments they had the ball. Bengals had 436 yards of total offense. Joe Burrow was 29 of 38 for 324 yards. Jamar Chase had a big game, 6 receptions, 118 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So I really don't know what more else y'all want out of this offense. It's simply just the defense. Like a couple years ago, everybody talked about Cam Taylor-Britt and how, he was a budding star on the defense or whatnot. That motherfucker has been getting cooked the last 2 games. So it's time for y'all to cut that shit out. But the Bengals in this starting off slow shit, I'm a Steelers fan, but bro, y'all gotta cut that shit out. Y'all got because it's gonna come to a point to where y'all started. It's looking like that now. Y'all starting the season 0-3. It could be too late. It could be too late. Granted, they do have a big game. I'm not gonna say a big game, but they do have a winnable game next weekend against the Carolina Panthers. Granted, how the Carolina Panthers look this past Sunday, which we're gonna talk about them a little later. I don't know. I don't know if they. But yeah, up next for the Bengals is the Carolina Panthers, and up next for the Washington Commanders is the Arizona Cardinals. So and once again, shout out to Jaden Daniels, man. Like I said, that prediction I made of him winning Rookie of the Year, it might be coming true. And it was also Terry McLaurin has had a lot of inconsistency at quarterback. It was really nice to see him have a big game the other day. Yesterday, four receptions for 100 yards and a touchdown to ice the game. That was a big time throw by Jaden.
I mean, he made a lot of them last night.
Yeah, true. Moving on. Next up we have the New York Giants pick up their first win of the season against the Cleveland Browns. I'm gonna take this one first. So I do understand that there's a lot of hatred and vitriol towards Deshaun Watson. I'm not gonna get off into the personal shit. That's something completely different. But Deshaun Watson hasn't played well, but we can't sit up here and ignore the fact that do y'all not realize Deshaun Watson got sacked 8 times yesterday? Deshaun Watson has been sacked a total of 16 times through the first 3 games of the season. That is a little over 5 times per game. That's fucking horrible. This offensive line is terrible. Granted, throwing the ball, Deshaun Watson didn't really have the greatest game. I mean, he was okay. 21 to 37, 196 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 big-time throws to Amari Cooper. But let's cut the bullshit, bro. The Browns are just, I don't know what the fuck is going on either. I'm not sure if the offensive line if they don't like Deshaun, if they're pissed at Deshaun for last season, but something got to give because y'all gonna fuck around and get this man killed at this point.
Is that or they really miss Nick Chubb? Was Nick Chubb that good that he had all these deficiencies in this offense?
Yeah.
Was he that good?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, damn, like 16 times. And then he just looks like a shell of himself. I think all the shit that's been going on, I think it's fuck with his confidence. And then, what, he, at a, 18 games or 2 seasons, he played 13 games out of 2 seasons. So I just think his confidence is in the dumps right now. And then you just lost to the Giants, the team that was handpicked to be one of the shittiest teams this year. And then they handled y'all. So I don't know. Myles Garrett is hurt, so that doesn't help. It's not looking great. It's not looking great at all right now in Cleveland.
It's really not. I mean, Daniel Jones, 24-36, 236 yards for 2 touchdowns, both of them to Malik Neighbors, who had 8 receptions for 78 yards and 2 touchdowns. Malik Neighbors is looking like a stud in this league. And I mean, Daniel Jones, he played like he meant it yesterday. So maybe this is a good. I don't want to speak on it too much, but maybe this is a good sign for Daniel Jones and his offense. Granted, they do have the Cowboys next. We do know what the Cowboys did to him last year, so yeah, we'll see. And I mean, the Browns got and the Browns have the Las Vegas Raiders next week. So if they got Max Crosby and Christian Wilkins coming and giving up 16 total sacks through 3 games, not a very good look. Not a very good look.
It's clear what the Raiders are doing. They're trying to hide it and make it seem like it's something else. They're right now, they're in the driver's seat in the Shador sweepstakes. Right now. But I mean, how shitty that offensive line is. Damn, is he ever gonna get an offensive line ever? Poor Devontae, he was just sitting there like, why did I come here? Should have stayed in Green Bay, man. Should have went to Kansas City. They'd offered me something. Right. Oh, that'd be nasty. Oof.
Just think about it. But he's with the Raiders now. If they trade him, they're not letting him go to fucking any team in that division. Not that he would want to. But speaking of the Raiders, the Carolina Panthers beat the Carolina Panthers beat the Las Vegas Raiders 36-22. Andy Dalton in his first game back, 26-37, 319 yards, 3 touchdowns. Chuba Hubbard, 114 yards. Deontay Johnson, 8 catches for 122 and a touchdown. Ryan, go ahead and give me your breakdown of this game from both teams.
I'll be real with you, bro. I didn't even watch that game. I'm being real with you. I saw Carolina. I was like, I'm cool. But then I saw the stat line, and I was like, oh shit. I mean, but it's a classic example of a veteran, a guy who's been there before. He's seen certain defenses, and then he played in the fucking 2010s. He's probably looking at these cupcake defenses now, like, yeah, shit. Yeah, right, baby. But that's all it was. And this does not help the confidence level right now for Bryce Young. I feel very sorry for him because he didn't ask to get drafted by y'all. Damn sure didn't ask to get thrown in a situation with no offensive line. And maybe the team didn't like him. Maybe he was too much of a nice guy. Maybe he's still tripping off Tyrese Maxey fucking his girl. I don't know. But nigga, you getting paid millions of dollars to do something that you love. Just stay patient, stay focused, and it will change. Just probably not in Carolina.
So with this game, bro, I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if it's just me or I'm not the only one to think this, but am I the only person that feel like that the Panthers came in with a much better and completely different game plan for Andy Dalton than they've had for Bryce Young since he's got there?
Now, you know what I'm
Like,
saying?
bro, can't like,
Now,
bro.
now, now, this is looking like that this is looking like that Caleb Williams, Spencer Rattler thing. Single back sets for Spencer Rattler, two back sets for Caleb Williams. 5 wide for Caleb Williams. 3 wide for Spencer Rattler. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Okay, so granted, I get it. I get it. Bryce has struggled a lot, and the team itself has not played well. But bro, this offensive line was blocking for Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton, he had wide receivers wide open, bro. Name me the last time you've seen Adam Thielen outrun somebody. No, let me change that. Let me change that. Let me rephrase that. When the fuck have you ever seen Adam Thielen outrun somebody?
He had to be wearing a Vikings uniform.
But Adam Thielen looked like a completely different wide receiver in this game. And how about Deontay Johnson? This was a coming out party for him. He, don't get me wrong, he was an elite wide receiver in Pittsburgh, whether people want to admit it or not. But hell, he had a big game this week. Big game. They found a way to get him the ball. Hell, Chuba Hubbard had over 100 plus yards. This Carolina team just looked like they look like a completely different team with Andy Dalton, at QB. And to me, it just felt like either they're trying to purposely sabotage Bryce, they're already looking at another QB, or I don't know, man. There's some fishy shit going on in Carolina, and I don't like the smell of it. I don't like the smell of it.
Yeah, I also could throw at Chuba Hubbard did his stuff. There's a 21 carries, 114 yards,
Yeah.
5.4 yards per rush. Yeah,
and granted, I also know this is the Raiders. I mean, but after the way they came out and played the Baltimore shit, I didn't expect them to come out and play this fucking bad.
Damn, I'm looking at the stat line. It was so bad O'Connell fucking got in.
Yeah. Fucked up my parlay too, by the way. So Las Vegas, fuck y'all. I needed 2 more yards out of Gardner Minshew. Y'all couldn't even let him get it. So fuck y'all.
Devontae Adams, 4 catches, 40 yards. Damn. This is just.
It's horrible. It's horrible. It's fucking terrible.
Sorry. I'm so sorry for you, Devontae. You're a great player.
I am, but I'm not, because I was just you signed up. You wanted to be there.
Shit. They wasn't shit before you got there. Oh, I'm going to change it. No, fuck you not.
Oh, facts. All right. Next up, we have the Chicago Bears and the Indianapolis Colts. Indianapolis outlasted the Chicago Bears 21-16. Ron, I know you're a big fan of Caleb Williams, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let you take this one first.
They are going to get him killed. Now everybody's saying Caleb Williams isn't that good. You can't do all that improv shit you did at USC. I mean, it's the same exact problem. Just you got a couple more pieces on the outside. It's the same exact problem. That coach has to go. That coach has to go because when you look at Chicago's offense, he needs an offensive-minded coach. He needs somebody that's going to calm him down. He needs an Andy Reid type. He needs somebody that's going to calm him down and stop him trying to do all that Superman shit that he did in college. You know what I'm saying? He's a lot better than what he's showing, but he still threw for 363 yards. So he was able to throw the ball, but I mean, how much of that was during the game when it mattered? Yeah. But they got to get this offensive line situation together because you're gonna get him killed, and then you're gonna be going through the same shit again for a fourth time. How the fuck did you make the playoffs with Mitchell Trubisky? I keep thinking about that every time I see Chicago play. How did they make the playoffs with Mitchell Trubisky? That offensive line, I mean, you got to score points.
I mean, I'm piggybacking off everything that you said. I definitely agree. The Chicago was on the verge of fucking this up again. Granted, this was Caleb's first 300-yard passing game, and this was the first time, this was his first passing touchdown. So he is getting a little bit more comfortable throwing the ball. I understand it was garbage time, but still, he's starting to let it fly. He's starting to let it fly a little too much because he is getting a little reckless with the ball. That's twice where he's tried to throw it across his body, or tried to stretch the play out a little longer than it should have, and it's resulting in a pick. Bro, just throw the ball away. Like, it's okay. It's okay to throw the ball away. It's okay. I get it. You trying to live up to a bunch of expectations, and everybody's put you on this pedestal, but we also know how the fuck Chicago is. Granted, now on the other side, bro, if Chicago had a halfway decent offensive line, Indianapolis loses this game. Anthony Richardson has been fucking terrible. Through the first 3 games, Anthony Richardson, he was terrible in this game. 10 to 20, 167 yards for 2 interceptions. And it took for a big day by Jonathan Taylor, 23 carries for 110 yards and a couple touchdowns in order for y'all to win this game. So, and the thing with Chicago, and the thing really was with Chicago, because Chicago, honestly, the Bears could have won this game with the fucking defense, but they couldn't stop the run game, which is no fault of theirs because the defense is on the fucking field too goddamn long. But Chicago, y'all gotta fix this shit, man. Y'all need to scheme up a better game plan for Caleb or bring in some new offensive linemen or something. Because these motherfuckers, the Chicago Bears can't block oncoming traffic, bro. The Chicago Bears cannot block oncoming traffic. This shit is bad. But Caleb Williams is just making the best of his situation.
Look, you remember the start of that Houston game?
Yeah.
When he completed like 5 of his passes?
Yep.
That's how they need to run their offense. Quick, get the ball out because you're not going to be able to do shit else.
Yeah.
For real. So, I meant to ask you this, not to get off topic, but just real quick. So I guess Russ is on the bench this year,
huh? You know what, bro? I do think Russ is a little, he's hurt, but he's not. I think Russ is healthy enough to play, but Justin is 3-0, bro. We're 3-0 with Justin at QB. Why the fuck are we? Well, Justin, why the fuck are we? Okay, Justin, we know you 3-0, but we want to see if we want to see what Russ got. It speaks for itself. I think once we get one of them games where Justin, he goes back, he not necessarily goes back, but he throws 2 picks and he's just not looking good in the first half. I think that's when we'll put Russ in, or we'll wait. But right now, bro, right now, Justin is a starter, and I'm okay with Justin being a starter. And I don't care, like, bro, y'all can say what y'all want. Well, they haven't done anything exciting on offense, and that Justin is doing what the fuck he needs to do to win. Because that was the knock on him when he was in Chicago. Oh, he don't see the field. He just takes off and run. He can't do this. He can't do that. Y'all see what the fuck is going on in Chicago's now?
I got 3 motherfuckers coming to kill me. This looks open. 3 motherfuckers trying to kill me. I'm gonna run this way.
Even me as a Steelers fan, bro, I can admit this. Justin is on a less talented the Chicago Bears have a much more talented offense than we do. Justin is
Who has a better offensive line?
That's true. That's true. Yeah. That's fair enough. Granted, I do think with what Justin had in Chicago to work with and what he's had in Pittsburgh, he is playing with a little more talent. He is playing with a little more talent on this Pittsburgh offense. So there is that, but it's really kind of looking like Justin was not the problem in Chicago. Just saying. Because the knock on him was just he's a one-read quarterback. You don't see the whole field. Bro, when they hike that ball to Justin, you will see Justin look 2 or 3 ways before he throws that ball. And if it's not there when he sees it, he's hitting the check down. And we can talk about him hitting the check down and all that shit if we want to, but Tom Brady made a fucking killing with the check down.
That's discipline. That's
Yeah.
discipline.
Yeah.
And then what I'm loving is to the motherfuckers starting to look off safety. You know what I'm saying? I saw a play. He looked this way, looked towards the safety, looked back that way, and then looked to where Pickens was at on the sideline. Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, he knew he wanted to go the whole time. He just had to freeze the defense. See, that's the shit, and that's the shit. Look, I saw a true freshman do more of that kind of shit than I've seen from a national Gatorade player of the fucking year. Okay, you know what that means? That usually means you'll be playing on Sunday if you get that award.
Right.
Kyler Murray got that award. Jackson Smith and Jigba got that award. Just to name a few. You know what I'm saying? But okay. Hawkins. Let's do it.
This is where we are.
Let's fucking do it. Quick picks.
Well, hold on. Before we get to quick picks, I do want to compare and contrast Caleb and Justin's situation. Now, granted, Caleb, it's obvious Caleb is dealing with the same shit that Justin was dealing with. But what do you think is the biggest issue? What do you think was Justin's biggest issue? And what do you think is Caleb's biggest issue with the Bears?
Outside of the offensive line, what's going to be an issue is Justin Fields is a workout warrior, right? Like he's kind of like in that Jalen Hurts kind of mode. You know what I'm saying? Lift crazy weights.
I'm talking about like I'm talking about Justin's situation when he was in Chicago and Caleb's situation when he was in, like, compare and contrast those situations.
They just okay, Caleb coming in. I'm the former Heisman winner. I throw a pretty ball, da 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 da. And Kirby fucked him at Georgia because he had him come in, be this Wildcat guy. He had to transfer, go to Ohio State, which if anybody's seen Justin Fields at Ohio State, this is why I'm like, why can't we open up the offense a tad bit more? Now, granted, once you get to the NFL, the play is faster, the pace is faster, the defenders are smarter, but you never really gave this man time. And then on top of that, you never had an offensive line. Name me one fucking receiver he had to throw to.
Outside of DJ Moore.
Outside DJ fucking Moore. You know what I'm saying? Like, this man had nothing to fucking work with. The team was so bad at one point during the season, he was literally top 5 in the NFL in rushing yards as a quarterback. That's not good. That tells me that's the only way you can move the ball. It starts in the office. They are making terrible decisions with player personnel, with hiring coaching staffs, with all this. It's a collective effort of why the Bears aren't where we think they should be. Now, if you put Caleb Williams in a situation like Michael Penix, same thing for Justin Fields. Put him in a situation where they can learn an offense. Put him in a situation where they can get taught. They are learning from a true professional quarterback how to eat, how to approach the game, how to command the locker room, all these things, and then let them go out there. Patrick Mahomes, now look, Alex Smith wasn't like, Peyton Manning by any means, but he was a professional. He played the position, he did his job, and he took care of the football. You know what I'm saying? So they aren't having situations to help them develop. And the NFL is, what have you done for me now type of league. So get the fuck up on out there and we're going to find the fuck out. And lo and behold, this could be a great player, but he just was put into the wrong system. That's all it is. It's about systems, and players. Some players fit certain systems, and some coaches will coach to the player's strengths, and the other coaches will coach the player to run the system. That's why Russ didn't work in Denver, because you need to fit my system. But now he got his guy, Bo Nix. So now he's being taught. You know what I'm saying? He's being taught what he wants and everything. So there we go. But that's an offensive minded coach. Honestly, that Fields and Caleb need an offensive minded coach. That's what I think it is. They need an offensive minded coach, somebody that can calm them the fuck down, somebody that can show them times when you need to throw away the ball or go to your check down, or you need to double pump it and let that thing go.
Honestly, I think Justin is in a good situation because Arthur, you can say what the fuck you want about him in Atlanta, but we're kind of seeing that in Washington. Sometimes coordinators don't always make good head coaches, and sometimes college coaches do not need to come right into the NFL and get a head coaching job. Because you see right now, Cliff Kingsbury is doing this fucking thing with Jaden Daniels in Washington. And Arthur Smith, I keep telling y'all, bro, y'all forget what Arthur Smith was able to do with Tennessee before he got that head coaching job in Atlanta. But I think Justin is in a good situation with Arthur Smith because Arthur Smith can scheme around him. I mean, you've seen he has not put Justin in any uncomfortable situation, and he's been able to scheme up game plans that allow Justin to prevent him to cut down, to prevent, not prevent, but I guess you could say lessen the opportunity of Justin turning the ball over. Because Justin only has one interception through 3 games. And it was because the ball was tipped in the air. It wasn't like he threw it right to the fucking defender. The issue with Chicago is, and we was talking about, and everybody was talking about how Chicago was loading up on offense, creating a perfect situation with Caleb. But we still forgot, this is still fucking Chicago, and they still have the same fucking head coach. So because that was the story. The Chicago Bears traded for Keenan Allen, and the DJ Moore, they signed DeAndre Swift, and then they go draft Romo Dunze. Caleb Williams is set up better than any QB. Yes, he is. He was. He still is, but he's in fucking Chicago on paper. But he's still in Chicago. He's still with Matt Eberflus, who, mind you, is a defensive-minded fucking head coach. He's still not in a good situation. They spent all this money and all this time putting weapons around him instead of building a fucking offensive line like they should have been doing when Justin was there.
They didn't believe in him. They didn't believe in him. They didn't want to make that commitment.
Nope.
So that's what we got. You know what I'm saying? You want to shit the bed, you got to lay in it.
But hey, and also I do got to give Justin a shout. I do got to give Justin a shout out because he's not dwelling on that. At any point in time, Justin could come out and say, and he could have came out and said, "Hey, well, I'm 3-0. They're 1-2." Justin ain't worried about that. Motherfucker is winning right now. Justin is 3-0, riding high at the top of the AFC North, which is one of the toughest conferences in football.
I just hate the how they trying to treat this man like he's incompetent, like he can't play quarterback, like he is severely underrated.
Talking about Justin.
Yeah, he's never had a head coach that was offensive minded. Oh my God, if he was with Matt LaFleur, oh my God. Green Bay, oh my God. Y'all gonna see some of that shit he was doing at Ohio State. He can do that in the NFL. He just doesn't have the right coach.
The thing with Mike Tomlin is Mike Tomlin relates to him. I mean, the black head coach coaching a black quarterback. So Mike Tomlin is able to relate to him, and Mike Tomlin knows how to coach. Hell, he had to deal with, bro. Keep in mind, at one point, I think people forget. Keep in mind, at one point in time, Mike Tomlin had to deal with Big Ben, Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, and Martavis Bryant, all at the same fucking time. That's why the fuck he's bald now. If we be honest, so Mike Tomlin knows how to coach, and for the past 3 games, he's put Justin in a situation to where Justin looks comfortable. Granted, I do wish we would open up the playbook a little more and let Justin throw the ball, but I understand what kind of team Pittsburgh is. Pittsburgh is all, for the last couple of years, we've been a run heavy team. We are a run heavy team. So until we're put in a situation to where we have to throw the ball, we're going to keep pounding that motherfucker.
Yes, sir, ski.
But before we get up out of here, we do have to do our quick picks, Ryan. We're going to go through the list of games on Sunday, and you're going to give me what team you think is going to win right off the top of your head. You ready? Are you ready, my good sir?
Yes, I. Yes, I am. Yes, I. Yes, I. Yes, I.
All right. First up, Steelers and Colts.
Steelers. I'm not fucking with Richardson right now.
I'll take the Steelers as well. Packers and Vikings.
Damn. Damn Vikings.
Vikings for me. Rams and Bears.
Rams. Although that might be Chicago's win.
I'll take the Bears in that one. Jags and Texans.
Texans. They just lost. They pissed off.
Texans for me as well. Saints and Falcons.
Saints. No, I'll go Falcons. I like their defense better than the Saints.
I'll take the Saints, man. I'll take the Saints in that one. Eagles and Bucks.
Eagles.
Buccaneers for me.
Okay.
I'll take the Buccaneers in that one. Bengals and Panthers.
Bengals.
Yeah, Bengals for me as well. Broncos and Jets. Jets for me as well. Commanders and Cardinals.
Cards, even though I don't know what the fuck they was going on. Like they started off good, but like Kyler trying to force feed Marvin Harrison. That's why you got other receivers, bro.
I'll take the Commanders in that one. Give me the Commanders. Patriots and 49ers.
Niners.
Give me the Niners as well. Chiefs and Chargers.
Chiefs.
I'll take the Chiefs as well, obviously. Browns and Raiders.
Shit. Raiders.
I'll take the Browns.
That's two dumpster fires. I don't fucking know. It's gonna stink. Shit, I know that much.
Give me the Browns. Give me the Browns in that way. Bills and Ravens.
Damn. Bills. What they just did last night. My God. And then shit, Monday. Oh my. It's only one game to watch, even though we got two. It's only one to watch.
Now, out of those two, you got Titans and Dolphins. Who you got in that one?
Titans, because they the backup quarterback got hurt, man. It's like fuck. Damn, bro.
Yeah, give me the Titans. Give me the Titans as well. Seahawks and Lions, last but not least. That's a tough one.
I'm gonna go Detroit. Yeah, it is a tough one because they both playing really good football right now.
And the Seahawks, you won't believe it, the Seahawks 3-0.
Yeah,
give me the Lions. Give me the Lions in that game. I think the Lions take the Seahawks 3-0 record.
I just think that defensive line is gonna wear down the Seahawks offensive line.
Okay. Now, before we get out of here, Ryan, we have where the fuck is it? We have three teams sitting at 3-0 currently. We have the Buffalo Bills, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Minnesota Vikings, and the Seattle Seahawks. Which team do you think will be the first team to take their first loss? What team do you think will be the next team to take their first loss?
Minnesota, probably. I don't see them losing this week. You said the Bills, Chiefs, Seahawks. Who else?
Bills, Chiefs, Seahawks, Steelers, and the Vikings.
I'd have to look at all their schedules. We just gonna got that kind of time right now. But
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah, I'll go with the Vikings because that division they're in is just too. They all good, all of
Yeah.
them. They all good. And so when you got good teams, somebody got to lose, man. Just
Now,
is what
now we made a few predictions at the beginning of the season. Which prediction are you ready to walk back? I know it's week 3, but if you had to walk back one of your predictions, which prediction are you ready to walk back?
I didn't feel good saying it, but definitely that Joe Burrow shit. I'm like, offensive line's probably gonna be shitty. Who's running the football? My bad, and I'm my bad to Jaden Daniels. You do understand how to get down. You do understand it's NFL. That was my only concern for you, brother. You know, I'm not gonna hate on any uh, black quarterback because the scrutiny you all go through is enough, and there's no need to add to it. So, do you remember? What about you? What's something you walking back?
Honestly, it's time, bro. Because in the first 3 weeks, I have not seen anybody that's going to convince me of this. I made a wild prediction and said this might be the year somebody throws for 6,000. I am not convinced we're gonna see somebody throw for fucking 5,000 this year. I don't see it.
It's week 4.
I
Everybody's
know, I know,
healthy.
I know, but it's like I mean, even with the Saints scoring 44 and Sam Darnold having an outstanding season, he's having like no, I even like Patrick, looking at Patrick Mahomes, I have not looked at one of these quarterbacks' performances this season and said
Oh
this
yeah, he the
motherfucker,
one.
yeah, like that motherfucker's gonna do it. Like,
But
but
right now, if the season ended today, the MVP race is literally between Josh Allen and Sam Darnold.
yeah, yeah, I
Right
would agree.
now.
I would agree. You could definitely
I
make that
think this
argument.
is I think this is the year Josh Allen is gonna get it. If he can keep up how he's playing right now, I think this is the year he's gonna get MVP because like you're gonna be like, wow, he's doing it with no digs and they still made the playoffs and da 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 da.
You want to know something, bro? Honestly, and I hate to say this because I like Stephon Diggs, but honestly, it's starting to seem like Stephon Diggs was the problem. Because Josh Allen is playing, he's just, and it seems to me like he's playing like, you know what, I
He's
don't
playing
have to.
free.
It's like it's like he's playing like, you know what, I don't have to put so much emphasis on getting the ball to one player, and there's no egos on that team. That's one thing I look. Buffalo has been a very fun team to watch this year. They've been a
Yeah.
very, he's spreading the wealth. Hell, he got that win against Jacksonville.
Cook is like looking like his brother now.
Yeah, he's looking just
Yeah, he's
yeah.
like
I like and each one of these wide receivers. I like that he's finding a way to get everybody involved. Hell, Keon Coleman, he had his first touchdown reception this past weekend. I am looking forward to seeing how they can get their connection going. So it's shaping up to be one wild ass season. It's shaping up to be one wild ass season.
yes, it is. And Kansas City, Mahomes. I know you're a family guy. You got what? You got 2 of them, one more on the way. That's it's football season, man. It's football season, man. Get you some more sleep, something else going on, bro.
Yeah.
I don't. They'll figure it out. I'm not worried about it. Chiefs usually do. So we'll just have to see stay the course. But they may lose this weekend.
Nah. They playing the Chargers, and I
And
highly
Hibbert is hurt.
yeah, so I don't think this is gonna be the week. I don't think this is gonna be the week. Steelers. If y'all watching this, if anybody on the Steelers watches this, keep doing what we've been doing. Don't go trying to change nothing up. Don't go trying to do too much. Keep doing what you've been doing. Justin, keep playing the way you've been playing, bro. It's been beautiful. It's been beautiful. We look like the Steelers of old, bro. That defense is fucking nasty. Defense is playing lights out right now. So Steelers, keep doing what you've been doing.
And with that, we're off, folks.
As always, man, we thank y'all for tuning in. If you have made it this far in the podcast episode, once again, please like, share, subscribe. Let us know what you do and don't like about the podcast. we accept constructive criticism. And like I said, unless you want some bullshit, then we got to have another conversation. But as always, Ron, man, I love you, man. Until next week, stay safe and don't drink and drive. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do.
Love you too, brother. Be safe, man.
I love you, bro.